I want you to understand that in olden days, we had something called the Tower of Babel. But the word Babel, if you then get to the subject as it is, you understand that it was not a tower per se. It was what we call a ziggurat. A ziggurat is a location where people try to trap God. So they created altars to attract God, and they called them ziggurats. That's why God came to inspect the ziggurat, because God knew if they continue building this, even himself, he would be trapped. Yeah. So we have a ziggurat. Now, so when we have a ziggurat, what we are saying with the Tower of Babel is this: that God knew exactly that he could be trapped, not because God can be trapped, but because God has put his word alive, and he says, there are things that I can give you as an advantage over me. So when we're dealing with the ziggurat, we're talking about a certain altar that trapped divinity. And these ziggurats, you would put animals in and burn them. You have it there? Just put it there so that they can see it. I think you can see the way they are moving these things. They are like pyramid, kind of like. All right? That's exactly what the Tower of Babel was. Yep. If you go to China, it's there. Let me show you. There it is. Oh, if people didn't know the Chinese pyramids, there are more pyramids in Sudan than in Egypt. Show Sudan. Oh, yes. Oh, you thought it was in Egypt. So if the ziggurat existed, what was it for? Sacrificial altars, where animals would be sacrificed, and in some cultures, human beings would be killed and sacrificed. So is there a way where we can trap God in this day? I want to show you something. Isaiah 19, verse number 18 and 19. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, and swear to the Lord of hosts, one shall be called the seat of destruction. Notice, he's now talking about languages that we know at the Tower of Babel. There were changes of languages. But he says, but there is a time that I'm bringing in a certain language, so they can speak one language in one location. That means we are going to see that in that location there should be a ziggurat. Maybe they're missing that. 5 cities will speak one language. Meaning to say we are going back to Babel, but this one is a limited Babel.
With 5 languages.
19. But it says it will be for destruction. And in that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border. Now here it is. It says, in the middle of a land called Egypt, there shall be an altar.
An altar.
As a matter of fact, there shall be a ziggurat.
Yes, sir.
So if there's going to be a ziggurat, there is a problem. It then says in the center and also at the border of Egypt. There is no way we can have a center and a border with one thing. It can be in the center and the border until we go back and find what is the center of the earth. But now I've brought you an apple. Most people will tell you that the earth is comprised of 70% water. That's not true. When we talk about 70% water here, we're talking about the surface area that it is on. Are you getting this? If we reduce this earth to the size of this apple, all right? If we reduce this to the size of this apple, that thin skin of the apple here is even more than the water that is on earth. The skin, this skin here. It's just that it covers 70% of the surface. All of it just go a little bit deep. Guess what? You're on hard rock. So when we talk about the landmass, we are talking about a whole big rock called earth, where you see the earth skimming around. That one. The center is the pyramid of Giza. As a matter of fact, put the pyramid of Giza in all the 3 pyramids and then show their connection to the Orion's belt. You see that? In fact, show where there are 3 dots above this. That's it. They align with Orion's belt to this day by degree. You see, it looks like a man on legs shooting an arrow.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the Bible says, can you bind him? And it seems as if the altar that is in the center of Egypt and at the border of Egypt is able to bind them. What is on this earth that you have seen that sounds like the word ziggurat? Huh? What do you mean? Cigarette. Wow. Put the Mayan definition. Many etymologists believe the Spanish word cigarro may come from Mayan word such as sica or sica, meaning to smoke. The theory is often mentioned because tobacco was native to the Americas. However, the historical evidence is incomplete. So most dictionaries describe the origin of cigarro as uncertain and possibly from Mayan language, where we find the pyramid structures that were used as altars to burn humans. So it means to burn, to get the smoke to come out. So the word cigarette comes from the word cigarette.
Wow.
A sacrifice of the dead to an entity. Maybe you don't want to believe him. Put one packet of the cigarette there. There it is. You can even see the pyramid on Madison. Please put another one. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Look at the logo. They put the earth and then they put the pyramid on top of it. They won't escape the pyramid. Please put another one. Look at this. It's in pyramid form. One blue, one light blue. Put the cursor. That's it. It's still going the pyramid. You still think it's their design. Kingston, they still have a pyramid. You still don't know what you're talking about. Black pyramid. In this one, they said, we are not running. Imagine and that's it. And air goes up and smoke goes up. And you don't know that you are being set up. Forget about that. You won't understand these things. So you are inside a certain sequence, a plan that they have already planned for years. And you still don't know that they are actually doing something to you without understanding. But we who are in the prophetic can be able to tell it. That you are in the matrix of what they want. Put it up. Another one. Pyramid. Hello. Where do you even? Let's move. Maybe you don't understand. If you open the Marlboro packet, guess what you're going to find? That the pyramid is now cut at the top. Yeah. Exactly as it is on the US dollar. Oh, you didn't know that, right? Exactly as the pyramid of Giza is, it doesn't have the top. So they will make you join an altar you have no idea of. Wow. The devil knows if he tells you correctly to worship him, you won't.
You won't.
So too many people don't understand that it can be hidden in a cigarette. See that camel? Now I say, oh, but prophet is just a camel. What is behind it? Pyramid. Do you think they want you to look at the... Because you see one thing about secret societies. They're not that secret. They are secret to join, but then they demand a public acknowledgement. So you find these guys now, they're doing these signs. Hello. When you see them doing these signs, you're going to, what is that sign? They say it's a hover sign. No, that's a pyramid. Put there another packet there so they get where we are going. Lezoma. Black bliss. I want you to see that it's black, but the A, they insist on it being a pyramid. They didn't get it. And on a ziggurat you burn sacrifices. That's why I keep saying the intersection between humanity and divinity is an altar. The moment you put an altar, God is infatuated or rather obsessed with an offering. All right? Now you can see the zigzagging. Now, do you remember this zigzag? Is what you... Maybe they didn't see the ziggurat. Okay.
They are seeing it. They are seeing it.
Oh, yeah. That's where they take that from. It's a rolling paper where you put your tobacco in. On a cigarette.
Wow.
So that becomes your cigarette. They didn't get it. It takes time. The priest would bring the rites in a book and begin to read the book of the dead and summoning spirits using a book. Just as we do in preaching, we preach. If it's the death of a person, we open verses. Let's show the other one. And these ones are called booklets. They didn't get it.
Wow.
Yeah. 50 papers per booklet. You know it's a pack, right? And they call it a booklet. Listen to me. Be very careful out there. There are things that you're doing that you don't know you're actually worshiping demons. So why the ziggurat? I try to explain that there is a way we are worshiping the devil without knowing. It was not about cigarettes. It was bringing a mindset into view that whenever we think we are safeguarded, we might not be. There might be areas of influence that are causing us to actually worship the devil without knowing. And I gave, of course, cigarettes as one of them. I'm by no means inferring that everyone who smokes, they are worshiping the devil. But with the evidence I gave you, it might be everyone. But anyway, it doesn't mean to say they are doing it deliberately. No. It just means they might be oblivious to the fact that this is exactly where the whole thing starts.
A good news world with Hubert Angel, provoking a reaction and always worth hearing.